Today we'll start study chapter number 1, rational numbers, class 8. As all of you know, what are natural numbers? The natural numbers are the numbers starting from 1, 1, 2, 3 and all other natural numbers. And the whole numbers are the numbers starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. The integers are the numbers which have both positive and negative including 0. Now, next will come what are rational numbers. The rational numbers are the numbers which can be written in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. Means what? Means any number which can be written in the form of P by Q. For example, 2 and 3, it is written in the form of P by Q. Okay, where P and Q may be integers. Integers means it can be a positive integer or a negative integer. In this example, both P and Q are positive, and here in the next example, minus 2 by 4, the P is negative, Q is positive, and another condition is that Q is not equal to 0, means the denominator should not be 0. Now we'll study what are the properties of rational numbers. So, first property is closure property. This closure property will be discussed again under addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay, the first will do with addition. So, closure property means what? When we add any two rational numbers, we must get back a rational number. For example, it is the general form is written A by B plus C by D must be a rational number. It should be a rational number. For example, if I am taking 1 by 2 plus 4 by 2, I will get 5 by 2. So 1 by 2 is also a rational number. 4 by 2 is also a rational number. And when we add, we are getting 5 by 2, which is also a rational number. So, when we add any two rational numbers, we get back a rational number. So, the closure property is true for addition, or it's correct for addition. Now, we'll go for subtraction. So, in the subtraction, what it tells, if we add any subtract when we two rational number, we must get back a rational number. So, now if I am taking now 4 by 5 minus 7 by 5, I will get minus 3 by 5. So, 4 by 5 is also a rational number and 7 by 5 also is a rational number. And 4 minus 7 is minus 3 by 5, which is also a rational number. So, closure property is correct for subtraction. Next, we'll go for multiplication. So, for multiplication, it tells when we multiply two rational numbers, we must get again a rational number. For example, if I am multiplying 2 by 3 into 5 by 7, I will get 10 by 21. So, 2 by 3 rational number is again multiplied with a rational number, and the answer what we get is a rational number. So, closure property is true for multiplication. Next, we will come for division. So, division is what? When we are dividing two rational numbers, we must get back a rational number. So, now if I am dividing 5 by 3 divided by 2 by 7, I will get 5 by 3 into 7 by 2, which is 15 by 6. So, when I am dividing two rational numbers, again I am getting a rational numbers. If C by 2 is 0, this condition will not be true for division, because we cannot, any number when we divide by 0 is not defined, So the closure property for division is true only if C by D is not equal to 0. The next property is commutative property. Commutative property, it tells that now A by B plus C by D is equal to C by D plus A by B. Means what? Even though if we change the order of the numbers, the answer should be the same. Okay, for example, if I am taking now 1 by 3 plus 4 by 3, I will get 5 by 3. Now I will change the order. I will take 4 by 3 first. 4 by 3 plus 1 by 3 is equal to 5 by 3. This is for addition. So, the both answers are same. So, even though if we change the order, the answer remains the same. So, this tells that commutative property holds good for addition. Next comes the subtraction. So, now if subtraction means A by B minus C by D must be equal to C by D minus A by B. For example, if I am taking 4 by 7 minus 3 by 7, I will get 1 by 7. I will get 1 by 7. Now I will change it. 3 by 7 minus 4 by 7. I will get minus 1 by 7. But 1 by 7 is not equal to minus 1 by 7. It is not equal to minus 1 by 7. So I can tell that commutative property does not hold good for subtraction. It does not hold true for subtraction. Next comes for multiplication. For multiplication means if I am multiplying A into B by C into D must be equal to C into D by into A into B. For example, 1 by 2 into 3 by 2 must be equal to 3 by 2 into 1 by 2. We'll see multiply both the side, LHS and RHS. 3 ones are 3, 2 twos are 4. Here 3 ones are 3, 2 twos are 4. So, both the side I am getting the same answer. Means even though if we change the order of multiplication, the answer remains the same. So we can say the multiplication holds good for commutative property. Next will come for the division. A by D, when we divide by C by D, must be equal to C by D divided by A by B. We'll take one example. 2 by 3 divided by 4 by 5. We will get here 2 by 3. We'll change the division to multiplication. It will be 5 by 4. So it will be 10 by 12. Now we'll change the order. We'll take 4 by 5 divided by 2 by 3. So it will be 4 by 5 into 3 by 2. I will get 12 by 10. Therefore, I can tell 2 by 3 divided by 4 by 5 is not equal to 4 by 5 divided by 2 by 3. So, division does not hold true for commutative property.